silence.
All right, so before I hit record, is there any other shit you dirtbags want to get out of the table before?
Well, I think we dirtbagged it enough.
Yeah.
Bagged it
I
up
mean-
enough?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we should
All right,
slap
after
a.
team break.
I think we're gonna drop it down from the NC 18 rating and throw the rated R back on it. And,
Yeah, I think so too.
You know,
I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now.
it's we'll still say fuck, but you know, Paul will still talk about God. So I mean, that's pretty cool. You know,
Why you gotta throw him in the mix?
man, because you know what? I actually think that we should talk about faith.
I was thinking about that as well. Kind of throw relapse into there, because both me and you have had thoughts in the most recent months, and faith definitely pulls a role into that. Well, fuck, dude, I'm ready to rock and roll if you are.
Well, my penis can only get so hard,
Wonderful.
because you know
Here, let me feel it.
the oh god,
Ooh, hey,
oh fuck yeah,
that is hard. So I think you should kick us out there, homie, and
Okay.
lead us off with a nice little intro. What you think?
Well, hi there, listeners. My name is Jake Howard,
Hey, how's it going? This is Paul Rowe.
and you're listening to the Sober Swole podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you for contributing.
Was that an intro to a talk show or an intro to a porno?
Why not both?
Yeah, right. Why
I
not?
mean, we're not recording this, you know, on a camera, so I mean, we could do it like the old time radio shows,
What do you mean?
you know, because it was just you know some people around the big box microphones
yeah.
telling stories.
Yep.
Except we could pretend we're fucking,
There you go. I like it. Here, I'll just start taking my clothes off now.
and I will assume the power bottom position. 'Cause
Beautiful.
I may take it, but you'll get your ride. You know. No, I think faith is a good topic to have, especially since you've chosen through your AA path to identify your higher power as God. I grew up in a Southern Baptist church and home.
You know what? I'm gonna ask. I still don't know what that term means.
Oh, it's just a denomination of Protestants, man. If you want to get deep into that, there's all kinds of like
And what's a Protestant? We're just gonna show how little my knowledge is.
Protestants are people that aren't Catholics,
Got it.
Roman Catholics.
Okay.
Because I mean, even if you get that, you know, the other branch of Catholic that makes the Pope shake his fists, you know. Mm-hmm. But no. So I grew up in a Christian house. You know,
Okay.
my mom's dad was a preacher, still is. He actually sent me a lovely Facebook message the other day talking about how I need Jesus, and I wanted to remind him how he left grandma for an organ player, but I didn't. I rose above that situation. And then my dad's parents have been in a bluegrass gospel, multiple bluegrass and gospel like music playing acts.
Okay.
You know, and then my parents were youth pastors. So I mean, pretty much if the church doors were open, I mean, I was there. My brothers and I did a little thing called Bible drill. And that's
Don't know what that is.
it's where you have the Bible and you have to memorize like most of it. And there's certain stages of this. It's like you have to find certain books of the Bible, then it's like certain passages in the Bible. And then it's verses of the Bible that you've memorized kind of thing.
Okay.
It's like being a mathlete, but for the Lord.
Well, I like that. Good
Yeah.
little analogy.
Yeah. But, you know, I don't know how to read too good, so.
Yeah, I think that's a lie.
Man, most of my problem with education, okay, little offshoot, but most of my problem with education was if I don't want to learn it, I'm not going to.
I think it's most kids.
Or I'm just going there to socialize. And then the teachers would always tell my parents, he's so smart, I just don't understand why he doesn't care. I'd be like, nah.
Or use the term, why doesn't he apply himself?
Oh, yeah, that was always
Yeah.
if he just applied himself, he'd be a straight A student. And I'd be like,
But there's a butterfly and then a squirrel and then I did a backflip.
I was on that Ritalin for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Grades did not improve.
Oh,
Yeah, because I just like stared at the desk. Boo.
yeah. I thought Ritalin was like speed.
Well, that ties into. Remember, I told you like with my like I could go to sleep on coke.
Yeah, that's right. We
You
did
know,
talk
like
about that.
You know, like I'm wired different.
Yeah.
But
That's
no.
just-
Anyway, so I mean, I grew up in a very Christian house, and it wasn't until a trip to the Middle East where I was like, nah, God's not real. You know, and that was also during the time when all that crap with my grandpa and grandma was going on, with him doing his thing. But the good thing that came out of that whole situation was
Learn how
grandma.
to play organ.
No, man, grandma. No, grandma moved back to Illinois, and she met this awesome dude who she's married to now, named Mike. Mike's dope. He is dope. Good dude.
Nice shout out to Mike.
Shout out to Mike, who will probably never hear this. But he's a great man. And, yeah, I mean, like, everything happens for a reason kind of thing. But anyway,
Absolutely.
so how I do not identify with religion at all anymore. What I kind of put stock in is because energy can't be created or destroyed, and our human bodies are all just vessels for energy at the end of the day. So we're all connected to the universe in some way or another, because it's all energy back and forth, and what you put out, you'll get back in, kind of thing. And you know, and that ties into karma. You know, what you do, you end up paying for.
Yep.
What you speak into existence comes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So there's my take on it. My faith is, I guess, whatever happens, and it's my fault and also not my fault at the same time, I guess.
Well, it
I
sounds
guess.
to me it's more of a you take more of a standpoint from a spiritual aspect. 'Cause a lot of spiritual thinking is revolved around energy, one with the universe, that kind of nature.
And then I'm also kind of agnostic, because I'm not doubting. See, I don't believe there is a central one God,
Okay.
because and I know when it comes to faith and Christianity and monotheistic religions, it's faith. You have to believe it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the kind of religions that make more sense to me are like the polytheistic religions, like
Okay, you're using really big words
that's multiple gods, Paul.
Oh, thank you.
That's, you know, like the Hindu, or like even ancient Greeks, ancient Romans, like the Norse culture, you know, where there was a god of this particular event or happening. There's a god of fertility. There's a god of love. There's a, you know,
I got you.
because even if there is an almighty that's like King Dingaling of all the gods, don't you think that, you know, him divvying out responsibilities to some other people so he could enjoy his one day off a week would be, you know, don't you think that makes sense?
He's delegating, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's just like the CEO, and he has his board of directors who hands it down to multiple vice presidents.
Wasn't that the 12 apostles, essentially?
I don't, man, hey, you could apply it to that, you know. But yeah, yeah, energy.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, trailing off into nonsense.
All right, now I'll pick up the pace here a little bit. I mean, I think that's what unites people just in general is, yeah, people may have different faiths. However, regardless of what it is, that's what's always boggled my mind about religion, is that you're all believing in something. You're all believing that you are not the center of the universe. You are not in control. There's something above, around, whatever, however statement you want to make with it. But at the end of the day, you're all wanting the same thing. You're all searching for the same thing: love, compassion, unity, being, one with the universe, like you're saying. For me, and that's what I appreciate about our bondship, our friendship, brotherhood, whatever term you want to put to, is that you have your beliefs, I have mine, yet we can still chop it up and be good buddies. You know what I mean? That's what's so cool about it. And, my faith, I grew up similar to you. I was baptized Catholic. My father's mostly Italian, my mother's mostly Irish. So I was Catholic through and through. Me and my brother were both baptized Catholic. And my sister comes around. They decide that they don't want to do that anymore, which I hated. I hated going to Catholic church, man, as a kid. And they decided we're going to become Christian now. So then my sister doesn't get baptized, and she doesn't get baptized until I think she was 13, I want to say.
Well, she do the whole, you have to accept Jesus in your
Yep.
heart kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's how I went down with me.
And so we grew up, all going to alternate housing for Bible studies, things like that, all the way up until I was 18. And I'll never forget it. I think my birthday was on a Friday. I'd have to Google it. But I turned 18, and my belief was always, even as a kid, why do I need to go to a building built by a bunch of dudes, and I would phrase it just like that, to believe in God? So Sunday morning comes around. Mother comes in as their normal routine. Hey, get up for church. I don't move. She comes back in. Get up. You're going to church. I'm like, no, I'm not. And she's like, get your ass out of bed. I'm like, nah. And then I hear the footsteps of my dad coming up. I'm like, oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Get your ass out of bed. No, I'm not going to church. Why not? Because I told you, I don't want to go to a building built by a bunch of guys to believe in God. So he gets pissed off. He's like, you're going to break your mother's heart, blah, 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 blah. I go on a guilt trip. And fast forward to a year from then, I get in my surfing accident. And I'm laying in bed being told I'm never going to walk again. And that's when my relationship with God was done. I was flipping him off, saying, fuck you, how could you do this to me? Me, And unbeknownst to me at the time that, it was all for a reason, because I was on the path of going down to San Diego, got accepted to San Diego State, and also to...
I've been drunk there a few times.
Yeah, a few times. And so ended up staying back, was with my ex-wife. I have 2 beautiful children from it. I also wanted to be a cop. Thank God that didn't happen. And, my life spiraled down from that point on. I got into dealing drugs, getting involved in gangs, getting involved in racism, and, just all this bad shit for a long time. And then I get court ordered to go to rehab in my 20s, and God concept comes back up, because even though they say it's not a religious program, it's a spiritual one, God is mentioned a lot, or they use the term higher power. And I've come to the belief now, for me, my higher power is God. That's where my faith lies into. And I struggle with it for a minute. I remember sitting there in group sessions and whatnot, and they're talking about God, and I'm like, nah, I'm still not okay with this guy. He's the reason why I got, because once the back shit happened, that's when I got hooked on the drugs, and then it was just a domino effect of blame game, and it all led back to God. And so now you fast forward to my life now, and I had no problem when I got sober, just celebrated 9 months last Sunday. Thank you. And
Yeah, congratulations, by the way.
I appreciate that,
Yeah.
buddy. I'll get to that here in a minute of what I was going to do that night, but I had no problem accepting God as my higher power right off the bat. The first step says, are you willing to admit that you're powerless over any drug or alcohol? And are you willing to turn that power over to a greater, I'm fucking it up right now, but I'm paraphrasing.
I got you.
So, and
I'm sure those people that listen that are in the program, they
they get it. And that was why I had such a struggle with fucking being a sponsor, because I thought I had to have this program inside and out, know the book back of my hand, know the steps inside and out. And I still don't. And I just needed to share my experience, strength, and hope with guys that, I can do it, you can do it too. But as of lately, my faith has been tested like a mofo. And see, I can't multitask.
Oh, my bad, dude.
He was showing me a picture. And so it's for me lately, my faith has been getting really rocked, man. So people don't know that you're listening, but I was telling Jake on the way over here, I was like, I don't want to fucking go. Like, by the grace of God, he works with me and is able to take me to work now.
Yo, by the grace of God, I have a job with you. Let's go.
Okay. All right. It can go either way.
Hey.
And so, and so, essentially, everyone knows that, not everyone, but people that are around me, they know that I'm going through a breakup. And that tested my faith just in that that alone itself was that I had to really pray, man. And I use prayer. I pray every morning, pray every night, and wanting to know, okay, is this the right thing? Yes, it's the right thing. It's the right decision. It's being placed in my heart by God. And faith just keeps testing me lately. I got that going on. I got financial struggles up the ass. I have, again, got arrested last week for the 4th time in sobriety. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's like, you want to talk about that karma you were talking about earlier. That's all the shit that I didn't get caught for in the past.
Yeah. What did your sponsor tell you about that? Because I really liked that shit.
He said exactly that. He's like, you're making penance for the things that you didn't get caught for. This is your karma coming back. And he was absolutely right, and yeah, I've been being a little bitch about it, and I have been crying and playing the woe is me, having a grand old party with just me. And so that happens. I get my license taken away, can't drive, having to depend on people for rides. I'm having to ask for help and reach out my hand, which has always been a struggle for me. And on top of all of that, I am just dog ass tired right now. Like, I am depleted, and I didn't want to come here. And thankfully Jake was like, nah, I think you should come. I think we're going to do a little, really great show. And you're right. I mean, it's already, the energy's already shifted within me, man. Like,
Well, to be 100% honest with you, too, is I didn't want to do this tonight either, man. But, I think it's something that we needed to do.
absolutely.
You
It's
know?
very therapeutic, man.
Yeah, I mean, cool, because we missed last week
Yep.
because of schedule changes and things.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, we talk every day, but, this is way cool because we get a bunch of junk off our chest,
Yeah.
before, during, and after the show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty cool.
No, it is. And the energy is already shifted within me. Like, yeah, my eyes are still tired, but I'm already feeling better because it's always told upon me that you're as sick as your secrets. If you don't talk about things, we bottle things up. That bottled shit turns into anger, resentment, which takes a hell of a lot more energy to do than to be joyful, peaceful, happy. And I know, I do. I know that I'm on that precipice of just being able to break through onto the other side. Break out through the other. Sorry.
Well, my nerd ass is about to bring up the Yoda.
Yeah.
Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to the dark side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was going right down there with you. I mean, backtrack to what I was talking about, so I get my 9-month chip on Sunday, and Saturday I get arrested, and I get released from jail. And thankfully, the cop, I had the chance to do 2 things at that point in time. Cause I don't know why I was honest about it, about me being in the program with this cop, because we get to jail and he was like, oh, looks like you're just here. I'm like, yep, just was. And he's like, what's going on, man? I was like, you know what? I don't know. This is the 4th time I've been arrested in my sobriety. He's like, well, how much time you guys? Like, I'll be having 9 months tomorrow. He's like, well, you know what? Typically we'd have to hold you until Monday, but I'm going to go ahead and release you. Sounds like you're already having a pretty shitty day. And, go have a good rest of the day. And I was like,
Which PD was that?
that'd be the wonderful Gilbert Police Department who's arrested me all 4 times.
Well, shout out to that nice Gilbert PD
I will.
police officer.
I will say a shout out to him because when I was getting arrested, I'm thinking to myself, because I got pulled over for expired tags. Now
How expired, Paul?
2017.
Yeah.
And then find out I have 2 suspensions on my license on top of that. Had no idea. I didn't know I had accrued 14 points in the last 12 months. So, I was going to a dark place, man. I was like, fucking cops, dude, piece of shit. I fucking hate them. This is the only reason why I hate them. You got murders, you got rapists, you got all this other bullshit. Now, granted, we're living in Gilbert, so really none of that shit's really going on.
Yeah, you
But-
got white folks and
Yeah.
people speeding. That's
Yeah,
about it.
about it. And so I'm thinking to myself, like, this motherfucker gets behind me. He has to run my plate because the tags are expired. You don't have better shit to do. You're interrupting my movie, man. I was on my way to go watch a movie by myself and watch Captain Marvel. And so I get out of jail, and this kind of leads me back into that faith being tested because I'm not going to lie, man. Like, I sat there for a hard minute because there's a Quick Trip right across the street, and I walked inside. And they had a 3-pack of Steel Reserve on sale for $6.99. Now that was my jam. Like back when I was drinking and driving and shit, I always got the Steel Reserve because it looked like I was drinking a like energy drink. And so I just drink that shit in open public. And once I got done with the 3rd one, I was feeling pretty good. Now, not drinking after 9 months, 3 of those bad boys are going to do me in pretty well. So I thought, I sat there for a minute and I was like, do I want to go and pick up a 24-hour chip or do I want to pick up a 9-month chip? And what's crazy is not a thought went through my head of, oh my God, what's everyone going to think? No, this was straight up about me. This was, how am I going to feel about myself? Because I know me. I know that it ain't going to fucking stop with that 3-pack. I'm going to be hitting up my dope man as soon as well, actually, I don't have his number, but I know where he lives. And I would have walked my ass over to his house. So, hey, big, give me that dag. Grab it. Let me get it.
Oh, hey, I haven't seen you in a while, buddy.
Yeah. Let's party. So I decided not to. And that's this whole thing, man, that's going on with me. It's like I keep relating it to if I were to have a visual, it's this fucking war raging on inside of me between the devil and God. And I always heard as a kid, people would say, oh, you don't believe in the devil? Well, he believes in you. And I find that to be true nowadays, man, because there's some dark shit going on inside me, man, that I just, okay, we're going to get real truthful and honest, man. I've been wanting to commit suicide. Straight up. Like saying, fuck it all, I'm done. Like, I am that depleted of energy and tiredness, man, that I am on the verge of crying right now just talking about it because I want the voices to shut the fuck up, man. Because that ego, that pride, that fear, it's just growing and growing and growing inside of me. And just, it's so easy for me to accept people calling me a piece of shit because I did it for so many years as opposed to getting the unconditional love. Like that post I posted on Instagram, my brother came at me about that. He's like, hey man, you might want to take that down or switch it up a little bit. I was like, first of all, I have what's called a spiritual blackout. I had to reread what I fucking wrote. I was sitting in Taco Bell eating a fucking burrito when I fucking wrote that.
Hell yeah.
It was just put on my heart to write it out. And the whole reason why I did it, because I don't post shit like that. But it was put on my heart to, let people know, hey, I'm going through struggles even in sobriety, and the outpour that I got from people, dude, from that was insane, man. Like, I was like, whoa, there's a lot of people that care about me. This is a trip because I'm having to come to terms that I've never been like this before. I've been using and drinking for so fucking long, dude, I don't even know who I am. And now for the first time, I'm having to walk through this shit by myself. Well, not by myself. I got God behind me. But at the same time, I've always had other people picking up the pieces, always taking me along. Now I'm having to do all this shit on my own, and it's scary as fuck. So you know what? I'm just gonna check out. Fuck it. And I keep trying to go to my kids and be like, oh, you know what? They need me. And then I fight, and then those voices start going on. Well, you're not fucking seeing them anyways. You've never been consistent in their life. Blah 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 blah. Fuck it. Just dip out, man. They'll be all right. They'll get some counseling. At least they'll be better off without you. You won't be fucking up their lives anymore. Like that's the shit that goes on in my head. And that's what drugs and booze did for me. It quieted those fucking voices down. So now I got to rely on that faith. I got to rely on my trust that I am right where I am supposed to be at this very moment in time, because if I start overanalyzing the shit like I've always done in the past, I guarantee you, Jake, I will be out in that fucking liquor store in about 2 minutes, picking up that drink and saying, fuck it, dude, I'm done. I gave it my best shot. I can honestly say that. For the last 9 months, I haven't done the shit perfectly, but I have given it my best. However, now I know that my experience, my strength, all this shit that's happening to me is just adding to my story, to where that's going to broaden my group of people that I can reach out to, because, yeah, maybe people can understand about drugs and drinking, but now I'm talking about relationships. Now we're talking about faith. Now we're talking about God. We're talking about how to walk through shit on your own, but not really on your own, because you got brothers, you got people you can depend on. I got you. I got the program. I got God. You got all these things that it all really ties into fucking faith. It really does. So, yeah, man, that's my little rant.
I think that one of the things that we kind of lose, especially once we start coming out of the fog, is we lose a little bit of that self-faith. It's like, yeah, you're doing something that you're supposed to be doing. Like, you're getting all that junk out of your body. You made a promise not to do it anymore. But then the realization of life hits you. You know?
Yeah.
Because you used to do whatever you did when you were using. You know, life's hard, that's okay. I can drink that down and go take a nap, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But then now when problems come up, it's holy fuck. Oh no, oh shit. You know, because you don't have anything that numbs that, you know, you're feeling that full baseball swing. You got an in-prime Mark McGwire hitting you right in the gut with a bat. Pop.
Yep.
Yes, I said Mark McGwire.
Hey, he's a great baseball player, man.
Post Oakland A's crap show, St. Louis, home run king, pro hormone using.
Well, come on, that's not pro hormone. Motherfucker was using steroids. I mean,
That was never proven.
yeah.
He testified under oath in front of Congress.
Yeah, just like Lance Armstrong never did it, right?
Well, that kind of got. And you know what? I'm gonna say something straight up. If we, the viewing public of a professional sports organization, expect our sports teams to wow and amaze us all the time, and they're putting their bodies through all this bullshit, let those motherfuckers juice.
Yeah.
Let them juice.
I don't, as long as you're not hurting anybody doing it, fuck, I could give two shits if you're fucking juicing.
Like, and that's a whole misconception too. I mean, a lot of these guys that got caught were just the ones that got caught.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
You know
Dude,
what I mean?
There's so many people doing that shit, man. Yeah, exactly. They're the one, like that whole shit that's going on with the college scandal. They're just happen to be the ones that got caught. That shit's been going on for fucking since colleges started, probably.
Well, we can
Yeah. We can go off on tangents all day long.
all day. God damn, I'm pro steroids.
My belief's always been with that, man, is, you know what? Okay, this is just my opinion, Paul Rowe's opinion. However, someone taking steroids and working out as opposed to someone not taking steroids and working out, I feel that person taking steroids is working out twice as hard. Because they know they have something in their body to be able to do so. But
Yeah, and then then they're having a substance that's going to help them recover
Yep.
and use their nutrients better to grow.
Mhm.
Now, once again, I'm going to come back in here because I just said I'm pro steroids. I'm pro steroids under the supervision of a doctor, PhD, blood work, prescription. I'm not pro not fully developed people. I'm talking like, you have to be an adult that can make adult decisions. I'm not telling high school kids to run out and juice up so they can be the Johnny Big Dick on their football team. I'm saying you have to be a grown person that can make grown person choices, and you do it in the most healthy medical way possible.
No, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get that out there right now.
Absolutely. No, you're right. We're not trying to tell you guys, hey, go score some steroids on the street and start shooting up. You'll work out twice as hard. Like, no.
No.
No, I agree. I concur.
You're going to screw your whole self up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to give me a call later down the road.
I got these tits and my dick doesn't work. I hate you, Jake Howard. I hate you.
Oh, man. Yeah, Faith, man, it's just, what? You've had experiences, right? As of recently, wanting to fucking relapse, too?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, Brittany and I have been fighting.
Okay.
Once again, as per the relationship podcast, all our relationship problems are my fault. I don't feel like diving as deep into them as you do, good sir. Just because at this time I find that to be inappropriate.
Hey, dude, we all do our own thing, man. No judgment here.
But the house we moved to has this.
Yeah, shout out to those movers that helped you, man.
Yeah. Paul Rowe, Josh Kriesel, Nathan Serrano, the bastards at U-Haul tried to charge me.
We got like a party going on or what?
I don't know.
It's like thumping right now. I just want to get up and start dancing. Yeah, get it.
I don't know if you guys can hear this, but
yeah. All they're hearing is just us going,
fuck yeah.
So, anyways, back to you guys fighting. You guys are in a house.
So Brittany and I have been fighting. Mm-hmm. This is the third week that I have not touched a weight.
Okay. Yeah. You know how important that is to you.
Yep. And so I'm a little edgy sometimes, short, grumpy, and I'm not saying not lifting weights is an excuse, but like I feel like my mental balance is coming off.
It's understandable. I mean, that's what you use to to center yourself.
Yeah.
I get it.
And, there's only so many pull-ups and push-ups and air squats you can do before you're just pissed off that you're doing pull-ups, push-ups, and air squats. You know what I mean?
Hey, do prison-style workout, buddy.
I mean, but you're talking to a dude that, at his peak of awesome, I deadlifted like 565 or 585. One of those numbers. I picked up some weight. You know what I mean? I'm 5'8.5" on my best days.
That's
and
some good weight.
And I weighed 190, looking fucking sexy.
Yeah, you did. I remember the pictures. You still look sexy though. I mean, let's not get it twisted.
It's because I'm a gorgeous man.
You are.
But anyway, so this house has this. If you sit on the back porch, you just look up into the mountains, and it's like I'm in a suburban kind of area, but it's out far enough away from all the bullshit to where it's quiet. Except
New Mexico, right?
Pretty much. But it's and I just wanted to shut down, go get a bottle of whiskey and a pack of Camel filters, because those were my shit back in the day. I just wanted to sit on the goddamn back patio and let go. You know, there's already so much. There's already so, and I'm gonna say this, and I know that my old lady will hear this, and I need her to know that I'm not ungrateful. Okay.
Yeah.
I moved out here. I basically gave up my in-person personal training business. I tried to get that going out here. Wasn't vibing right with the scene. Couldn't really pick up clients to make money to contribute. You know, my online client base dropped a bit because they went with trainers and coaches that are closer to them, and I don't blame them for that at all. That's what I would do.
Right.
But, you know, so my income was my VA disability and a little sprinkling of cash here and there kind of thing. And Brittany's got this great job, and she carried the load, okay? So the reason why we were able to get the house, Brittany. The reason why there's furniture in the house, Brittany. The reason why, you know, there's food in the house, Brittany. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have a solid job until I started this gig last week. So, but, okay, so let me come back to what I'm saying. So I'm completely 100% grateful for her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I get you.
She's just an amazing woman. Okay? But it was hitting me in the mouth in the wrong way. The only thing of mine that is mine, like my name's on the title in the house, but I put no money on that house. My name's not on the mortgage loan, right? So the only things that I have that are mine is my car, my dog, and the clothes that are in her house. You know what I mean?
That could fuck with you mentally.
You know, and I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm the man has to be the sole provider
No, it's not
of the
about that
home.
at all. You want to at least feel like you're contributing. It's a partnership.
Right, and it was just straight up getting to me that all this was going on, and you know she's just shelling out this money left and right, and I'm just like, I put a baby in you, high five, you know. So I was dealing with a lot of that on top of some other things that I do not want to get into that came up.
Gotcha.
And it's just, man, just having a drink would be so much easier.
Completely relate with you on that.
But then I'd have to deal with who I was during the drink, after the drink was done. You don't know?
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly what I mean.
I know exactly. Yep.
Because, yeah, sure, you can have that, night of, fuck it, and you let go. But what kind of moron were you during that, whole letting go?
And the problem's still going to be there when you fucking come to.
And you just made more problems at the end of the day. So, like I was making the reference to before, I just gotta take my baseball swings. I just gotta let the bat hit me. I gotta let that bat hit me till it's done hitting me, and then I gotta stand back up.
It's like that, remember Kickboxer? Van Damme?
Yeah.
Remember how he kept kicking the tree, getting his shins stronger?
Hell yeah.
Well, same concept, man. Instead of us kicking a tree, man, we're hitting ourselves. But at the same token, that can either cause damage or it can cause strength. It's choice. That's what it boils down to.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to choose to allow these essential circumstances defeat me or help me grow?
Well, and then because we've been spending a little bit more time together, not just at work, but, on long, lofty car rides where we hold each other's hands.
Nothing wrong with that. Don't judge.
Nothing wrong with that. Friends do it all the time in other cultures.
Absolutely.
Freaking hater Americans.
I know, right?
Probably
Jeez.
white people.
God.
The worst.
He's got great hands, by the way.
Yeah. I sometimes use soap. But it's, you know, we both have realized that we're control freaks.
Yo, speak for yourself there, homie.
Shut your fucking mouth. And there's me taking control.
Point taken.
Cha-ching. But we're both control freaks, and then when we don't have control over a situation, we get very scared,
That's that fear.
which leads to a whole bunch of other shit in all different directions.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sorry, man. Whoever keeps driving by with this bass, they just get me.
It's not big. I think it's the store next, or the door.
Is it the
Jesus Christ, I can't even talk. The store next door.
next door?
Yeah, I keep wanting to dance to it a little bit.
So shout out to the graduating class of Washington Community High School of 2006. But whenever the wannabe car guys would get their subs installed and they were wrong and they just rattled the car,
Yep.
that's what this sounds like.
Yeah. I just can't tell if it's coming from that direction or that direction.
I mean, I think we're
I don't-
surrounded.
So I don't think there's anything next door, is there?
I think that one's still for rent or
That's what I
whatever.
thought too. Who knows?
Who knows?
Oh, dude. What does it matter with us?
Well, like I'd mentioned before, it's we're still trying to figure out how to feel.
God, yeah. What feelings? Ugh.
It's stupid.
Yeah. You know, likey feelings.
I mean, anybody that really, really gets to know me, I mean, the people that listen to this podcast are like, "Oh, this guy's super nice. He's made out of gush." But you know, if you meet me before, if you meet me outside, I'm usually making, you know, that's girl shit, or you know, jokes like that. And you know, I put off the air of being overly manly.
Yeah.
But
Just part of your persona.
yeah, and it's not like I don't even think I believe in that most of the time. It's just, you know, a lot of the shit I say is out of straight up jest. I'm obviously pro women being bosses that handle their own shit.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why Brittany and I are together, is because she's a badass that can handle her own business.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I grew up in a family full of tough broads. I don't think I could be with a woman that was solely dependent on me. I think that'd drive me fucking crazy.
Dude. Preaching to the choir on that one.
Yeah. But, ooh, I'm sweating.
Yeah, dude, it's hot in here, right?
Yeah, well, I think mine is more akin to the fat burner I took.
Yeah, you're fucking crazy when you told me that shit. I'm like, nope. I'd rather be just fucking tired. That shit makes me feel cracked out.
This one isn't too bad.
No, I'm cool. I'll just stick with coffee, energy drinks, which I shouldn't be doing, but whatever.
It's it definitely does its job, and I technically shouldn't be taking fat burners anyway because I'm not training. But it was just I kept it in my bag and was falling asleep at my desk today, and it's like, well, might as well.
Yeah, there's no way I could take that and just be sitting. I'd have to be in the gym or doing something.
What I was going to say is I'd like to give a shout out to Royalty Nutrition. The fat burner I am taking is the Famine.
No play on words there, right?
No. It's the Famine Fat Burner by Royalty Nutrition. You can pick that up at royaltynutrition.com and use the code 37HAKE to save you 25% on your whole order. Shout out to Big Swinging Dick David Shalito out in Orange County, California.
There you go.
Well, I got my advertising plug in.
Yeah, I don't know anybody. I can't do that.
Yeah, you can. You can still plug. You can plug your AA spots. You can plug fucking businesses that you just like. No one's sponsoring us for real, so I mean, we can just talk about fucking
That's true. Yeah.
Taco Bell. You know?
I don't know, man. I'm fucking new to all this shit. I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, we're all new to this shit. I think I'm just,
You sound like a pro.
well. Shout out to my old English teacher back in middle school, Mrs. Parlier. Sarah Ann, you're a boss. She told me way back in the day when I was just a wee lad that I had a great radio voice.
You really do. I'm a little jealous of it, but I'm also envious because I get to work with you. So your win is my win.
Well, one day when people realize that we're dope,
Wait, we're dope?
we're just the dopest dope anyone's ever smoked.
I just got told I need to stand. My watch tells me when to breathe, when to stand.
Yeah, it's because neither one of us are working out right now.
Yeah.
We're fucking, our hearts are retarded.
Mm-hmm.
And we work at a job where we sit all day.
I'm doing calf raises underneath the desk.
You know, we do have those cool ass desks that raise.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll stand from time to time
Yep, me too.
for at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm doing about 30 minutes to an hour.
But
I'm going to go to one up you.
I was told I had to sit down today because I'm still going through training. And then training officer came over. I was like, "I'm sorry, you have to sit down. Don't get mad." I was like, "Oh, this is the angriest I've ever been."
That's funny.
You gotta watch out for my rage.
Yeah.
It's unquenchable.
Rage.
I will not stop until blood is raining from the ceilings, young lady.
And
Or I'm just gonna say okay and sit here. One of the two. Yeah, and that's a whole nother fucking flip too, man.
what's that?
This is my first office job.
Yeah, one of mine. I don't count working for my mom when I was court ordered to, but yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely different.
Dude, the politics there, man, is way fucking different, man. It ain't like it's high school shit. That's what it is. You got your cliques, you got the people doing their little gossip bullshit, do as I say, not as I do with the managers. And in the construction world, man, if you got a fucking problem with your foreman, you drop belts right there, fucking go toe to toe, and then you're buying yourself a beer right afterwards. I mean, that's how. I mean, that was always my experience. I don't know, man. I just really want to get a rehab open, man. That's what I'm shooting for.
Man, if I could do anything to help you get that rehab open, I'm going to. Because
I'll
I
take a
believe in
back
you.
massage. That really helped me relax to get focused. So if you're really serious about that, I'm just saying.
I'm currently not getting any loving at home, so I'm saving up for a super load. And I feel that if I gave you a back rub, it would ruin that.
Gotcha. That's fair enough. I'll accept that.
Yeah. So, that's right. I'm 30 years old, and I just said I'm saving it up for a super load. That happened. We're going to put this on the internet. My mom's going to hear this.
Sorry, Mom.
I'm not. You know, Mom, you know your son's a dirtbag.
Oh, shit, man. I keep going back and forth with how life is a trip. It really is, man. It's like at the end of the day, it all boils down to perspective.
Yeah.
How you view shit. And I was talking to my sponsor. You were in the car, on the way here, and he was sending me,
Sending you memes.
yeah, I was crying, to him about what's going on in my life, and I can't see my kids, and I can't drive, and relationship problems, and financial problems, all this stuff, and he's like, you know what you're afraid to do is a clear indication of the next thing you need to do. He's like, I'm just gonna start sponsoring with memes. I'm like, do it.
Prove it, pussy.
Or, just let go. Let go of how you thought your life should be and embrace the life that is trying to work its way into your consciousness. And what am I doing? You know, do I want to continue the life of misery that I have been because I'm good at it? I'm like a PhD in fucking this shit. But I don't want to live this life anymore. And what they always say is if you want to change something, you got to change everything. That's what's so scary for me right now is the fear of the unknown. I am hanging on by that last pinky saying, I control. I got it. No, don't let it go. Because I know once that last pinky drops, shit's on. I'm accountable 1,000%. Everything I do, say, act, everything on me. Where right now, if I play that self-will bullshit, I can still put the blame on over here. Put the blame on this person. I don't have this. Wah, 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 wah. Again, put it back to perspective. I get to go through these experiences. I get to learn from this. I get to go to work. I get to give the person like you, Jake, the opportunity to help somebody. You know, who the fuck am I to take all that away? Not almighty powerful God. Sometimes I think I am. I mean, shit, I got God's gift tattooed on my knuckles.
You sure as shit do.
But, you know, it's like, I gotta let go, man. I think I'm having like an epiphany right now as I'm fucking talking about it. Like, holy shit, it's that simple. Why the hell do I complicate shit? And I'm sure there's a lot of people listening to us right now that can relate to that. We complicate the simplest shit. I'll fuck up chocolate milk, man. You know what I mean? Like, I won't stir it right, or is it shaken or stirred? You know, like, it blows my mind why I complicate my life and why I overanalyze everything when it doesn't have to be. It's simple.
I don't want to speak for you,
Please do.
but I know for me, it's I was so used to being miserable that I'm just comfortable there.
Yeah. It's nice and warm.
Yeah, and like in a weird way.
No, yeah.
It's like bring me that shit blanket. I love its smell.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's very like I've never been. I like materialistic things,
Well, shit, who doesn't?
but I don't give a shit about having them.
You know what? I know exactly what you mean by that. And you don't even have to explain it.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you mean when you say that.
it's like, oh, that's real cool. I'm glad it exists. And they're like, yeah, but if you have that, it's a status symbol. I don't give a fuck. You know. So when things start to get comfortable and I have stuff, I think it's kind of confusing. You know?
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to having stuff. Before I moved out to Arizona, and this is not a dig on you, Jay. I fucking love you. And this is not a dig on Danny and Sammy either. So after crap went down in the oil field, I moved into a room off of my buddy in his wife's garage.
Okay.
That was perfect. It was my little hobbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't mine. And I didn't have anything. I had my bed set.
Yep.
And my dressers and stuff. Right?
Yep.
And then I moved to Pflugerville with my boy Jay. And that was still his house. And the only thing I had in that house was my food, my clothes, and my bed set. And my dog. Right?
See a reoccurring theme here?
Right? The only thing different in this situation is I'm in a partnership with someone and I'm not contributing. But like we have a whole bunch of stuff that's ours together.
Yep.
It's a whole different discomfort. I don't know. I don't get it. It's like, so like I'm pissed off because nothing in the house is technically mine or I didn't buy it. But I've never had anything either.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different paradigm shift. And I don't like it.
you ever take a look though to think that she wanted to buy that stuff, so it is yours? And put yourself in her shoes. Would you do that? You'd buy it because you had the money, because she's with you. So again, taken away from someone else's experience, right? You're not allowing her to have the experience of helping you out right now, because she sees something in you that you can't see within yourself at this moment in time.
Yeah, when I told her when we were going to bed too, I thanked her for putting up with me, and you know, getting knocked off my high horse and getting my crap together, so we could still get into this house and still have things for her and me and the kids,
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, that was part of my reason I was so pissed off though, because I was like, no, this is mine. I was like, just be grateful.
Mm-hmm. Gratitude, man. Gratitude is a big thing.
Mm-hmm. It's just, I mean, my life has changed so much, and really so many times already since I moved back to Arizona. It hasn't even been a year.
Wow. I think you've been out here as long as I've been sober.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Fucking weird, right?
That is weird. That's real weird.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying I have to stay.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm anchored into the sobriety.
Absolutely. And you're anchored into me and our love.
That's just my dig.
Oh, I know it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope people understand our humor and they're just not like, what is going on with these guys? Are they really touching themselves?
No, man. I think this is the first time we've done our.
It is. I'm feeling comfortable, man.
We've had our flirting as open as possible on the show.
Yeah, it's...
I think it's because we're getting more and more comfortable just doing this stuff, though, too, at the same time.
Uh-huh. And as much as I care about what these people think, at the end of the day, I really don't. Because people are going to have their opinions regardless of whether or not I say something or I don't. That's the beauty of this world that we live in. Or I should say this country, at least, because we got the freedom of speech.
And that's something that, that's something I've noticed that people are taking a lot for granted. Like, so just because you have the freedom of speech doesn't mean you don't have the freedom from the consequences of your speech.
Preach.
Right? And you have people on both sides of the spectrum kind of wanting to limit what other people say.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to solve anything.
No, it's not at all. It's an oxymoron, man.
No. I'm not saying we should all run around and start yelling the N-word at everybody. But if you are the person that is ignorant enough to do stuff like that, you deserve the consequences of your actions.
Absolutely.
It's like, sure, you have the right to say that dumb shit about somebody else or some other things or threaten to do other things. You have the freedom to say that. But you don't have the freedom to get your ass stomped in.
Mm-hmm.
Or, and I think we're losing that sight. There's a cycle if you look throughout history.
I like history.
Okay? Hard times breed strong people. Strong people bring good times. Good times bring weak people. Weak people bring hard times.
Oh, shit, dude. That was deep.
And
I like it.
And it's a circle.
Yep.
And I know things haven't been 100% right in this nation ever.
No.
But if you compare it to most places throughout the world, it's been better than most places throughout the world.
Mm-hmm.
And we've reached a point where everything's been so good for so long that people are just looking for crap to complain about.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So everyone's walking on eggshells. You can't tell this kind of joke anymore. You can't say this kind of thing anymore. You can't do this anymore because you're going to offend somebody.
Yep.
Okay? Weak people. Bad times are coming, baby. Read a history book, motherfuckers. You know I'm right.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely, man. If we don't pay attention to history, we're doomed to repeat it.
repeat it.
Absolutely. I like that little saying though, man. That's fucking crazy. Never heard that before.
It's the cycle, man.
Yeah.
Look at Rome.
One of many cycle. Hey, talking my people.
So, crap was hard. Strong people rose up.
Mm-hmm.
Strong people took over the world for the most part.
For a long time.
Then they overextended themselves, and they were used to living the high life.
Yep.
They were so used to living the high life that they forgot that they were strong people. And then that shit collapsed around them.
Yep. Absolutely. It's very true. Never thought about it like that. And shit, you can even bring that into your own life. That cycle. And
Do
we can-
tell.
Well, think about it, okay? My weakness right now. Fear.
Pussy.
I am. Hey, my sponsor
No,
straight
no,
up
no,
called
no,
me a
no.
pussy. It's like, dude, nut up. Get your shit together. But that weakness is bringing on these hard times. I'm creating the whole bed that I'm sleeping in right now. Well, these hard times are going to allow me to walk through it. Create that strong people.
Yep.
Once I'm a strong person, I'm going to be able to convey my message to that many more people. Build a stronger nation. And then sooner or later, that cycle will continue to repeat itself with maybe not within myself again, but someone next. Like, I just, I'm not saying names, so it's okay. I picked up another person just recently, the other day, I got asked to, and he relapsed. And I had two choices that moment. I could either condemn him for doing it, which I'm sure he's already done enough on his own, or I could support him and say, hey, guess what? Here's my hand, buddy. Let me show you what's going on with my life right now. This, and this is happening. I didn't pick up a drink or drug. I depended on my brotherhood. I depended on AA, CA, any of the fucking anonymous, whatever, baby, man. The program, recovery. Shout out to my home group, man, Fourth Dimension. Like those guys, I'm just letting anybody know in the Phoenix Valley, any of y'all motherfuckers want to go to a solid ass men's stag meeting, come check us out Sunday nights, 6 p.m. It's called Fourth Dimension. It's a CA meeting. Doesn't matter what your drug of choice is, man. The message, the recovery, it's fucking solid. And that's where I choose to call my home group. That's where I picked up my 9-month. I was proud of it. I love each and every one of those motherfuckers that's in there. We cry, we laugh, we share some real shit, man. And that's where I've learned in my recovery that it takes more strength to show emotion, show caringness, than it does to be this male bravado. Oh, I'm a fucking big old badass motherfucker. That shit, I've been struggling with my own self-image recently, man, because I was getting high off that. Everyone giving me compliments about how big I am, because I'm still holding on to that old bullshit, that old mentality. I haven't fully let that go yet. And I've lost 20 pounds in the last 3 weeks. And I'm getting told I look really good. I'm like, y'all are tripping. I look like I'm a freaking cancer patient right now. And they're like, no, you don't. Like, you look good. Like, you look better than you do now than when you were fucking all big and shit. I'm like, wait, what? No, you're lying. But then more people start saying it. I'm like, oh, shit, there's that control again. No. I got to have you guys perceive me how I want you guys to be, or how I want you guys to see me. That's not the case, man. People love me for just who I am. I got to just accept that. Got to let everything fucking go, man. That's what it's about, just letting it all go. If we let it go, if I let it go, life's going to get a hell of a lot better, man. It's going to be a hell of a lot simpler. That's for damn sure. I'm tired of living this fucking misery. That shit blanket, man. That shit's gotten so heavy and so warm and comfortable that I'm just fucking over it. I am done, dude. Like, I feel that cusp. I'm right there. I'm reaching out. Like last night, Faith again brought into the picture. I'm at the gym, riding my bike because I can't fucking drive right now, and I get asked to go to a prayer group. And I'm like, sitting there working out. I'm like, I'm done with my workout yet. Still got some more reps to do. I started thinking about it. I was like, okay, this happened for a reason. Never once have I been asked to go to a prayer group. Hey, and it's only 1.7 miles away. I can get there in about 15 on my bike. Fuck it. Let's go. Now, I'm in cutoff tee, shorts, workout gear. Just got done riding my bike, sweat my ass off. Walking out the door, and it sounds like a fucking party's going on inside. I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. I thought there was just going to be a couple cats here and we're good to go. I walk in, man, and it was some powerful shit. It really was, man. I came on in. This one guy, I'm going to give a little shout out. His name's Josh. He's solid, man. He's one of us. And what's cool about him is, he did his time. He's had his problems with the drugs, the booze, whatnot. And he's asking me if I'm in the program. I say, yeah. And he's like, you know what? Nothing against it. Nothing against counseling. He's like, I was in a psych ward even at one point in time. He's like, nothing against any of that, man. What works for people works for people. But what had to work for me was getting right with the Lord. That was some powerful shit when he said that. I was like, check this guy out. And they prayed with me. They prayed upon me. And he even gave me a Bible, man. Nice, solid ass black leather bound Bible. It was dope, dude. I was like, brought it to work today, opened it up for a minute, and fell asleep fucking reading it. But you know what? It's progress, not perfection, right? So it's that faith. What's up?
You want to get biblical?
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm gonna gonna do something weird. Okay.
I like weird. Let's get weird together. Wait, is clothing optional?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we're on the topic of faith. And
Yes,
I told you I grew up in a church, right? One of the greatest stories of persevering through some bullshit is the entire book of Job.
Okay, yeah, dude, I was going to reach out to Josh to see if I should start, because I had a suggestion upon me saying, don't read it from front to cover or from front to back.
No, you
just
lose your mind.
flip a page open, point, and then just start reading that.
Yeah.
And so, because I'm looking for some shit to like kind of tap into what I'm going through.
But like the entire book of Job, I'll give you the rundown of it.
All right.
Okay. So Job was this pious dude, all about God.
You and your big words, bro.
Pious, very religious. And he was, he followed all the rules, did everything he was supposed to do. Well-respected man throughout the community. Had a big farm, lots of cattle, grip of kids, happy wife, happy life. All is good. And the devil went to God and was like, let me fuck with that dude. And God was like, best of luck. Go ahead. And then, so the devil then convinced a bunch of people to go steal all his animals. And Job was like, shit happens. Shout out to my Lord. And so then the devil was like, okay, I got some more. And God was like, go right ahead, dude. Try it out. So all Job's kids were having a party at his guest house because he lived on this big old plot of land, right? So the devil then forced the wind to come knock this house down, killed all his kids. All of them, all at once, right?
Okay.
And Job was like, ooh, that sucks. But shout out to that God, dude. Because,
If people could see how you're animating this story, man, it's fantastic.
shout out to that God, dude. Shit's still going all right, I suppose. I mean, could be worse. Still got my dick,
It says that in the Bible?
I mean, in the new Jake version. So then Satan was like, all right, I got him. Let me get him. Let me mess with him. Not his stuff, not his kids. Let me mess with him. God was like, go right ahead. And so then Job got real sick covered in all kinds of boils and sores and all kinds of stuff. And then so like the other holy people from the town came in and they're like, "What did you do to piss God off, man? Like what did you do? Like your farm's all messed up, your cattle's gone, your kids are dead, now you're sick." Even his wife came out and was like, "Why don't you just curse God and die?" Job was like, "Something's going on here. I'm not going to do that." Right? So like the teachers and the rabbis were all sitting with Job in the dirt, and they were wearing something called sackcloth. It's like shitty clothing that scratches your skin pretty much, and they all shaved their heads and their beards because that was like they were trying to like humble themselves and get closer to God, try and help kind of pray over their buddy to be like, "Hey God, Job's sorry for whatever he did," kind of thing. And Job's like, "I don't know what I did." So God finally spoke to him, and he was like, "Hey God, what's going on?" He was like, "Oh, I had the devil come mess with you." And he was like, "Dude, what?" And God was like, "Yeah, man, the devil came and asked me to mess with you, and I said, go right ahead." And he goes, "Why?" And he goes, "Because I knew you'd be faithful." God says to Job, "I knew you'd be faithful." And he goes, "Okay, cool, but why though?" And God was like, "Listen, motherfucker, do you control all these animals on this planet?" Job's like, "No." "What about the animals in the sea?" "No." Do you make trees grow?" No, I don't. No, sorry, Lord." He's like, "That's right, bitch. But you weren't being unfaithful when you were asking me those questions. You were just being curious. Here, have all your shit back and then some." So because he remained faithful through all of that bullshit, he was rewarded with, like, obviously he didn't get those exact dead kids back,
Right.
but he was still rewarded with like a better farm and better cattle and like a family again, kind of thing.
I was like completely entrenched in that story, man. That's
Like I'm not a religious man by any means anymore, but it's times like this that I gotta kind of remember stuff like that.
yeah. No, I needed to hear exactly that.
Because it's like even through the bullshit, like who's to say at the end of the bullshit that it's not going to be even better than you could have imagined it would have been.
God, I wish my sponsor were here right now. He's got a really dope story that he's told me now twice, and my dumbass doesn't remember. It's not along those same lines, man. And I'm not even gonna try to paraphrase. I'll fuck it up. But shout out to my sponsor, Jeff. Jeff, when you get a chance, buddy, you gotta give me that shit in paper so I can read it.
We should get Jeff in here.
I want to. He wants to. He's currently out in Denver right now, starting up a new adventure, which is pretty freaking cool. I think he's planning to come back down the end of this month, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he's planning on setting in his foundation, so to speak, back in Denver.
Cool.
Which I was sad about, obviously. So I want to be selfish and have him around all the time, but that's whose house I stayed at, for last week. It was his spot. And so had great talks, man, meditation, prayers. I mean, the dude's got me where I'm at. Like, he'll say, "No, I'm the reason why I'm here." But I get when people say that, but I had his guidance. He led the path, man. The path was already set for me to just fucking easy 1, 2, 3 step. You know what I mean? Like, not easy, but it's 12 steps with a motherfucker. It's like, but again, now I'm walking the path and I get to set along that path for my sponsees, and do the same. And I had a great teacher. I have a great teacher. He's still teaching me to this day, literally. Like, if I didn't have that little conversation with them before we got in here, I don't know if I'd be as peppy as I am right now. That's for damn sure. So I don't have no fat burner in me.
Yeah. RoyaltyNutrition.com.
Yeah. Oh man, I think we just had a solid solid podcast, man.
I think so too.
I don't think there's much. I mean, I don't got much left to say unless you do. I think we're just gonna get off on a little tangent. But I think, man, that was solid. It was straight. You know what? Before we wrap it up, last Sunday, right? It was. I got to chair the meeting.
Yeah.
That was a cool experience, right? And the way our format's set up is we have a person share for 25, 30 minutes about their experience, strength, and hope on emotional sobriety. That's what my home group's based around, is emotional sobriety. And dude, he was tripping, like, because he's never shared before, right? And he shared for maybe like 10, 15 minutes, but it was straight to the point. It was no bullshit, man. He talked straight recovery, a little bit about his past, but I think that's what we're now getting to right now. Like, the first few episodes were long, haven't get edited, but like that was a solid podcast just now.
I
Like,
agree.
you were absolutely right when you said this is gonna be a good one. Like that was tits.
I mean, we may have got a little too preachy for some people, but I mean, fuck them, I guess.
know?
I-
No, fuck 'em. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna please everybody, and that's okay.
No.
You know, that's why God invented multiple flavors of ice cream so everyone could enjoy it.
Yeah, God did that. It wasn't some dude. Fucking schmuck.
Oh shit! All right, man. Well, you want to close this out? Yeah, I know. What happened to our music, man?
Well, so that was episode
4.
19.
Yeah, we're on 4, buddy.
God. That was episode 4 of the Sober Swole podcast. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Sober Swole Pod. Follow me at Hake Joward. Follow our badass producer Ryan at DJ Swirl. Also, I want to give a shout out to his new open business, which is Buy to Buy. If you don't know what that is, you should check it out. Their Instagram handle is it's BUYTOBYE. All right, it's at BUYTOB. And it's actually a really awesome concept and idea that he has patented, and this is awesome. I think you guys should check it out. It's going to make online purchasing safer and more efficient for everybody around, because not everybody has schedules that matches up.
Nope.
And let's say you don't want to meet up at the police station, even if it's a safe place to pick up your stuff from Craigslist. Let's say that you're a teacher and you got to drop some stuff off before you go to school, but you have someone that needs to buy it at 10 o'clock, and you can't make it because you got a classroom full of kids. You can get a hold of Buy to Buy, get it set up, and they take a flat 10% fee.
Great shout out. Yeah, Ryan, buddy, we love you. I love you. We wouldn't be having this amazing experience that we are right now without you. And from the heart, man, love you, bro. My name's Paul Rowe. Once again, at How You Doing, and that is HWUDOIN. That's because I'm a big fan of Joey from Friends. And again, Sober Swole Pod. And just for those people out there that can't spell as good, just like me, like can't even freaking talk like I am right now. So Sober Swole Pod is spelled SOBERSWOLEPOD. Sober Swole Pod.
This is all Instagram, by the way.
This is all Instagram. That is correct.
Also, even though I am working full-time at this office job, I am still accepting online clients. If you are looking to gain some weight or shred down, summer's just around the corner. Let's get those abs popping. Hit me up once again at Hake Joward, at HAKEJOWARD. Let's have a conversation and see if I'm the right coach for you. If I am not, I am a part of the FitOps Foundation CVFO network. I know coaches all around the United States that specialize in all kinds of great and badass things. If I'm not the coach for you, I can set you in the right direction with a coach that will fit you perfectly and your fitness goals. So don't be scared about it. You don't have to deal with me. You could deal with somebody else that's also a badass in their select field. Also,
Go ahead.
also too, shout out to the FitOps Foundation. Their website is fitops.org. All right. If you are a veteran of the United States military or you are still active duty and you are looking to get into the fitness industry, check out at fitops_foundation on Instagram and check out their website, and that's fitops.org. All right. They are an awesome foundation that will help you not only become a certified personal trainer, but also help give you the tools you need to get your career started in the fitness industry. All right, and that's all I got, man.
Last thing I want to do is just say a huge, huge, huge thank you to each and every one of you guys listening to this show. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to be doing this. Just be me and Jake talking the shit over some microphones, man. We really hope that you get something out of it. If it's just one person, that's all that matters to us. Just know the struggle is real. We've been through it. We're going through it. Allow each other to just help each other out, man. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's all about sharing that love and peace, you know, getting that compassion out there and helping the next person up. That way they can help that next person up. So just again, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. Love you guys and hope you guys have a good night.
I love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Solid exit.